this week. We saw some films and we watched some Netflix. Listen up to our ill-informed opinions, and then go and see it all anyway. Because who knows, not us, but we'll rate it anyway.
Shall I talk about something that I saw a few hours ago?
Go on then.
Wow, fresh.
I went to
hot off the press. Hot news.
Hot press. Went to go watch Zach Braff's third directional film.
Yeah,
his third directional film. Yes, that's the correct way. That's definitely the correct way of saying that phrase.
He's done south.
The third film that he has directed, Going in Style, which is a film about three old guys who are having a bit of a tough time of it. You know, the pensions plans have been terminated as the company that they worked for 30 years goes into they're moving on the jobs to like Vietnam and stuff. One of them's got really screwed over by the American house market crash, and so they decide to go and rob a bank because basically they
obvious solution to that problem. Isn't it?
Because one of them's at a bank when a robbery takes place, and they're like, wow, they got a lot of money, and then something to do with the debt for the pensions is being something to do with the bank, like the bank's doing something with their pensions that they're not getting. So they're like, well, it's technically our money anyway. So they work out how much money they would have got off their pensions for the next 10 years, and then decide that they're going to steal that amount of money, and if they get any more, they're going to give it to charity. And it's got Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman and Alan Arkin in all the main roles. And it's a good film. It's nice. Yeah, it's a nice film. It's got a lot of heart. The relationships are really good between all the cast. Actually, it is. Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's about family.
Isn't everything?
A lot of the cast, all the cast are really good. Actually, it's got Christopher Lloyd in it, played a crazy old dude. It's got the guy that played Darth Maul in it.
Peter Serafinovich.
Yeah, it's got him in it playing the dad to Michael Caine's granddaughter and stuff, but he's kind of divorced from his daughter and everything. All the relationships are really, really nice. It's not a film that's going to blow you away, but I think it's just a good, fun film. I mean, most of the funniest jokes are probably in the trailer, but it doesn't mean there aren't other funny jokes in the film. It's kind of feel good and everything. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's kind of what I expected it to be, but doesn't mean it wasn't a good film. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
cool.
So if you're kind of into something a bit feel goody, bit of fun, got spare. It's the kind of thing that if you were sat there and you saw it on TV on a Sunday afternoon, you'd be like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, let's put that on. That's a nice watch. Let's put that on. So yeah, go and check that out if you're kind of into that sort of thing.
Sounds a bit like the premise to that film with Chris Pine, with the brothers.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah,
it does a bit actually.
It's like the banks are screwed us over.
I expect tonally they're going to be very different.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think tonally they're quite different. This is kind of all, light-hearted. I mean, there are a bit more serious ones because obviously it's about them wanting the money because the pensions are being messed up and everything. But there's this whole thing of they're robbing a bank, but they're really purposeful about going, well, we're not going to hurt anybody. So they put blanks in the guns and stuff because they're we don't want anyone to get shot by accident. And it is good fun. It's three old guys trying to pull off a bank heist, and three really great actors in the main roles. So it's pretty solid.
Cool.
What have you guys been watching, doing, seeing, viewing, listening to? I'm going to keep saying these words until you...
That's why I'm not saying anything. I want to see what you can say. We went to see The Handmaiden, which is a Korean film?
Isn't it?
Or I think it's a Japanese film, but it's set in Korea.
So it's based on Fingersmith
by Sarah Waters,
which is set in Victorian England.
Yeah.
But it's been sort of transposed to Korea in the early 1900s, I think.
1930s.
Which is under...
So you're saying that these Japanese people have taken a British piece of work and moved it over to Asia?
That's correct.
It's just wrong, that is, isn't it? It's wrong.
Is this your new character,
Cultural
Matt?
appropriation.
Yeah.
Britain first.
Yeah, cultural appropriation.
Fully, yeah.
Yellow washing.
There's no roles for white men anymore.
No.
Yeah, no roles for white men.
Well,
Bloody jokes.
Not that many men in this. Anyway.
There are 2 men.
Yeah.
There are more men than women.
No, it's not.
There's a whole room of men.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're not named, though, are they? It passes the Bechdel test.
So, but yes, it's set in Korea in 1930s under Japanese rule. What's the word? Occupancy.
Occupation.
Yeah.
Occupancy?
Occupancy. That's what I was going to say. I think you mixed it up by
No, I
saying.
think it's occupation. That's what you would
Yeah, well, it
say.
could be either.
Well,
Let's just agree to disagree.
It's a stylistic choice, and you've made the wrong one.
I feel like my point was across.
Yeah. No.
But it's about this girl who. So it's. We can't explain it really without spoiling the story, but it's told in like 3 acts.
Yeah.
And it's about this girl who goes to work for a noblewoman who's the heir to like a big fortune, and it's kind of about different people trying to get that fortune. Either like her uncle who like plans to marry her to get the, because he's Korean, but
yeah,
he married.
He wants to be
Japanese, so he married into a Korean family, Japanese family to be Japanese, and then decides to marry his niece to try and get all the money
and to be more Japanese.
Yeah, and then there's a guy who's like a con man, and he plans to marry the woman as well. But the story's kind of about like different people trying to get that money, and like in different acts, it kind of shows like flashbacks of the scenes that we've already seen, but from a completely different context.
Yeah, different perspective.
But they have like, it's not misleading because like the emotional scenes. So the main kind of, I guess, heartbeat of it is the relationship between the handmaid and the woman and the noblewoman. And there's parts where you feel like, oh, it was all fake, or it was, but it never kind of feels like it's misled you, and then you think, oh no, it wasn't fake. Actually, it was real. Or do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite hard to explain that because sometimes you feel like you could be being misled.
It's kind of a point irritating
where you kind of get to the end of Act 1, you think, oh shit, was all that not real then?
Yeah.
And then you get the flashbacks in Act 2 to bits in Act 1. And it's like, oh no, it was real. So I haven't been lied to at any point.
Filling in some of the blanks that you didn't know were there in the first
act.
act.
It's not misleading. It's filling in blanks.
Yeah, and it's a really
it's
nice,
really cleverly told. It's beautifully
it's a really nice
shot.
way of filming, because I know that's how the book is. Although I've not read the book, but I have seen. I think there was a film or a TV show like that was more like true to the book, but it was really well done in terms of the flashbacks and the 3 parts.
I mean, it's a 3 hour long, pretty much 3 hours long.
Yeah, it was long, but we didn't
filming
really notice.
Korean and Japanese. Very slow.
Yeah.
Which, like, to me, that sounds quite nightmarish.
Yeah.
Not saying, like, because often these films are culturally very different from. I'm not saying I want to sit there and watch shit blowing up the whole time.
No.
Like, Manchester by the Sea is probably my favourite film I've seen in a long time, and that's not
very slow and very personable.
But I feel like often, like, foreign films can be quite hard to connect,
to relate to.
Yeah, in the same way, because culturally they have a very different viewpoint. But this is it's so good.
And it doesn't pander to a Western audience.
No, it doesn't at all,
which is really good, because I really didn't want it to be sort of undermined by having to have appeal like so many things are. But I was really pleased that it was subtitled, not dubbed or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
the performances are all so good as well.
Yeah,
everyone in it is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's
if
really
you can see
well.
it, it's so nicely shot, and the soundtrack is incredible.
And the style, I mean, the cultural aspects of it, like transposing it from Victorian England to Japan and Korea, and the styles and the way they've used those cultural differences to intertwine with the story. It's really, really nice. Really good. And there's some sexy bits.
Some very long and graphic sexy bits.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the director's cut, which I don't know what made it different, because we haven't obviously seen the non-director's cut, but I imagine maybe the sex scenes are a little bit
There's one that goes on for a very long time, and it's like, this is just borderline hardcore pornography. For like 10 minutes. It's probably like a good 5-10 minutes, and I'm just sat there going like, it's a bit awkward to watch this in a room full of strangers, to be honest.
Imagine in the olden days when people had to go to cinemas to watch pornography.
It's just like,
it's so
what
awkward.
is going on?
But then I
this
think
is not.
There's no such thing as like hardcore lesbian porn, really, because it's not very hardcore, is it?
Wasn't hardcore just in reference to what is shown?
Well, yeah, but I feel like it's not as like shocking, and the levels of pornography. I feel like if it was a man and a woman, there wouldn't have been as much of it, because it wouldn't have been seen as appropriate for a film. Just saying. Everyone loves the lesbians, and is that okay?
There's a few men in there who were sat on their own.
But I really like Sarah Waters as an author. She did a really good book recently that I read. The Night Watch person. That was set in London in the Blitz.
I feel like you're just rambling now, aren't you? Till someone.
Well, she's a very good author. Read her other books. They're all sort of lesbian novels. But then you were saying, like, why does it have to be defined as a lesbian novel?
I was saying this because I'm such bloody progressive.
You're so right on.
Yeah.
I don't even see.
Like, why do we have to like put it into?
But I don't. Yeah, but I don't understand
like
why is lesbian a? It's not a genre.
Exactly, but
it's just a love story.
Yeah, exactly.
Why it's not a genre of.
Lesbian love story, mate. Two girls in it.
Should only be on porn, innit? For us men. Yeah. Britain first. Men first.
Pretty much. Have you watched anything else?
We started watching Silicon Valley the other night.
Oh yeah, we watched like the first episode or two.
Which I kind of heard like good. I kind of thought I wanted to watch it when I first saw it advertised like a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then I remember hearing kind of bad things about it, and I don't know why, but I never watched it. And then I think it was a few months ago on the IGN podcast, someone was saying like it was really good.
It was like Big Bang Theory, but
it is the Big Bang Theory, but actually good.
Yeah,
and
like
with actual characters in it, characters, not just weird like.
Is it actually funny as well?
Yeah, it's actually really it's not just like Star Trek.
And it's actually like clever. They're talking about clever things that they've done that are clever. It's not just like
it's all about this guy who invents lossless compression. So like he invents like a music site where people can really, really quickly search this database of music, but he achieves it by compressing all the music files without losing like any of the quality of it, basically. And that's like a huge thing.
Yeah,
it's for nerds.
Yeah,
nerds.
But like everyone in it's like genuinely
crazy.
An actual like autistic spectrum person, but not just like Sheldon. Who, like,
and
I fucking hate that character so much. That's not autism. That's just someone being a dick all the time. Being autistic is not just being an absolute twat.
In a cheap way. It's like awkward because it's relatable awkward. It's not like
exactly.
Look how awkward this is in the abstract and let's laugh at it. It's like look how awkward the situation is. Wouldn't you feel awkward too? And yeah, it's a lot more relatable than Big Bang Theory. But then it is also sort of a bit more down to earth in a weird way. Is it?
No,
I don't know. Well, it's less like studio audience-y. You know, it's not like big yellow light sitcom. So,
yeah, no, it's good though.
Yeah, we're going to watch the rest.
I'd recommend you getting on that for the first episode.
I've been watching something. Oh, I forgot what it was. Midway.
That's helpful.
Interrupted Matt as well. Matt was going to talk, and he was like, no, shut up, Matt. I've been watching something. Don't know what it was, but I just don't want you to fucking talk.
I just wanted to get the rest of it up before I was done.
Well, things you probably won't want me to say what I'm going to say.
What were you going to say?
I've started watching something that has been raved about. I've only watched a few episodes, to be fair, but it has been raved about by a whole lot of people,
including me,
including you two, and a lot of others.
Oh my god!
I don't think I like it.
No, he's watched Parks and Rec. He likes that.
Yeah, I've watched Parks and Rec. I've watched all of Parks and Rec.
Wait.
Let's guess. Okay, what's he watch? Better Call Saul?
I'm not saying it's bad. I just think, I don't know, maybe I'm not getting it.
Is it Better Call Saul?
No.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix, but it's not like a Netflix original.
Peep Show?
No.
I was going to say that's right up his street.
It's not got a lot of series.
Is it Rick and Morty?
It is Rick and Morty.
Oh, fuck off.
Whatever.
Get out of the podcast right now. You can leave the podcast.
Does it get better?
It doesn't need to get... When you've peaked, Matt, once you're on the top of Everest, it doesn't get any higher.
It's not possible to get better. So no, it doesn't.
I don't like it then.
You're wrong.
I find parts of it funny. I just find it a bit irritating.
Who do you find irritating?
Rick.
Oh.
Like his whole burping... I hate that burpy noise that he always does.
To be fair, I didn't like that when I first watched it.
It kind of really...
I think you just got
very disconcerting, and like I find bits of it a little bit funny, but I don't know. A lot of times I'm going...
To be fair, though, when I watched it first, I wasn't blown away by it.
That's true. Yeah,
I've seen loads of people have said this though. Like, I think someone said it on the IGN podcast as well, where he was like, "I watched it and I watched the first season. I was like, oh, that was all right," and then he watched it again. He's like, "Oh, this is amazing."
But like, what's amazing about it? Like, I know people say it's funny and stuff, but it was even like a lot of it. I'm not sat there going, "Oh yeah, that's a joke that I just don't find funny," and that's a joke I just don't find funny. Like the jokes I was finding funny, but I was like, it just seems like a bit of like a wacky little like comedy thing to me.
Maybe it does expand. I can't remember the first like few episodes.
Like I don't know, like because I've heard people say how like clever it is and stuff.
It is really clever.
And I'm like, well, what's clever?
I can't think of any examples of why it's good. This is really annoying me.
People have said to me it's a really clever show.
It is clever.
It's clever and it's brave, and I think the further you get into it, the more you realise how clever it is, because it's got so many like harkens back.
Yeah, it's got loads of like bits that you don't think are...
You don't think are important at the time. I think it builds.
It plays on a lot of tropes as well. Like,
yeah,
I think it is a clever thing where it is on that balancing act of taking a piss out of stuff and also doing its own thing.
Yeah.
See, I've only watched like 5-6 episodes or something. But
stick with it till the end.
I'm going to try to, but that's what I mean. At the moment, I'm not like trying to watch more of it rather than like wanting to watch more of it.
Oh.
Which I'm really sad about, because the people have gone on about it for like so long. And I was like, alright, I'm actually going to sit down, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to get into it.
I don't remember ever feeling like that, but I think I did maybe... oh, jeez. I think I did maybe watch it all sort of in short...
Did you just throw the cat?
Yeah. He's finally landed on the bed, it's okay.
Oh, mental.
Yeah, okay, kitty.
He just fucking jumped on the table.
Well, no, because this is...
He did like...
his play area fell down.
That thing on Captain America, do you know in the Avengers where he jumps on the car and the car blows up and he like falls and there's like a forward roll? He just did that like onto the desk.
Nice.
It's fine now, he's just washing his tail.
Yeah, so I'm kind of sad I'm not really getting Rick and Morty at the moment. I found some of it funny, but there's just something that's not clicking with me. I don't know what it is.
Probably just don't get it, Matt.
Yeah,
that's
maybe,
what I mean.
Maybe just a bit stupid.
That's something I feel like there's something that I'm not getting with it, because I have heard how good it is, and I don't know, it makes me a bit sad. If it doesn't click with me, I'm gonna go mental. Maybe we should do.
You don't deserve Rick and Morty. You don't deserve it.
Maybe we should do a discussion. Get Twitter involved.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if anybody else sort of had the same.
Yeah, anyone else feels that. Yeah, we could do a bit more of a longer discussion on it. Maybe when I watch a bit more of it and everything, we can get some Twitter feedback and see if anyone else
do that
doesn't like it.
Sounds
you
good.
Done anything else recently?
Nothing worth mentioning, really.
I've started watching the new episodes of Pretty Little Liars that have just started up.
No one's interested in that.
The last bit of Pretty Little Liars until it's all finished, and everyone's very pretty.
You say this every time you talk about Pretty Little Liars, and it doesn't get more interesting the more you talk about it, I'm afraid.
Well, I enjoy it.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's got lots and lots of followers.
Shall I talk about something nerdy instead?
Let's do that.
I've been playing as the new Overwatch character all week.
Ooh.
And I'm surprisingly good at it. I was getting really angry. I went for a really good run on Overwatch where I was decent. I was doing really well. And then I went into a slump and I was just getting just as many deaths as I was kills, which is really annoying. And I was like, I'm not playing as my main characters anymore. I'm going to try someone new. And they've just released this new character, and I was like, I'm going to give her a go. And turns out I'm pretty good at it. So I don't know if it's a fluke or if the character's overpowered or what, but I really like this game. I'm getting really into it at the moment.
So this is something I've not really got into.
Yeah, I don't sit and play it for hours on end, but I'll consistently play 2 or 3 competitive. There's quick play and then there's competitive matches which are longer, and I'll play 2 or 3 competitive matches a day. Just get I'm not addicted to it, but I do like sitting down and just having a bit of a play with it, and I think it's a really fun game. I do really enjoy playing it. But I know you've not got into it as much as.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't get the massive hype.
But then you don't play with your friends on it.
No, neither do I though, and I'm kind of quite.
Do you
into
just play
it.
with loads of strangers?
Yeah, I just play with strangers.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great. That's quite nice.
The thing is, though, there is a real satisfaction to when the team comes together, even when none of you
actually
know each other and none of you talking to each other. It's just this sort of understanding of where people are going to be and stuff. Today, for example, the new hero I was playing as, she can put down a shield, in front of your allies and stuff. And then there's a character called Bastion, which is a robot, can turn into a robot turret. So one of our players changed into that in a corner, just as loads of the enemies are about to arrive. And even though he's powerful, if everyone gangs up on him, they can kill him really quickly. And I saw this and threw the barrier down in front of him, so none of the enemy could get at him, but he could just shoot them all, and he killed loads of them. And I was like, yeah, that's a really satisfying feeling. I don't think you get with a lot of first-person shooters where it's kind of a very individual game, and the variety of characters are quite small. You can have assault rifle, sniper, grenade launcher, whatever. But this is each character seems to have a set skill, and it's really satisfying when you use those skills in kind of the way that they're intended to be used in the game. It's not all about you yourself getting kills as that character. It's about you aiding your teammates to help them get kills. And it's really interesting. IGN spoke to the creator of it recently, and he was saying how they're trying to add more rewards for actually assisting, being an assist character and assisting your teammates. They're trying to have more of a reward system for that, so that people have a real incentive to play the game as it's supposed to be played, but also get the recognition from their teammates that they've done really well in their assisting role, which is really cool.
Good.
The community is really nice, I think, and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Really getting more and more into it.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Anything else?
Nah, we've been going way too long.